My name is Gary, and I am currently enrolled in Mednock University nursing program. I'm currently taking prerequisite nursing classes. I have taken 3 classes at Mednock. One was a CNA class, which is required, and one was a medical terminology class, and my last class was a anatomy and physiology class, and I've done well in all classes. How I got to Mednock? Well, I was working at Terex, which is a big manufacturing place, and I was building heavy equipment for them. Unfortunately, they moved to Mexico, and I decided to come in to collect unemployment, and I was there for about 4.5 years. And they said we were given the opportunity to go to school if we wanted. I didn't have any intention of going back to school, but after a few weeks looking for a job, I felt that I wasn't going to get the job that I wanted or the job that I was qualified for. So I spoke with a young lady here, and she said, well, would you like to go to school? And I said, well, I would look into it. And at that point, I met Jessica Atkins, and she gave me a test of sorts to see where you stand as far as maybe personality or what would suit you. And I took the test, and we had a couple of discussions, and she said, nursing there's a lot of openings, and having a nursing license, you would always be able to work, as opposed to being 62, trying to do a young man's job, building heavy equipment, which was a lot harder to get a job in that field now because of my age. Mm-hmm. And because of the rigors of that job, I felt nursing would be easy. Believe it or not, I was building some really big things and moving a lot of weight and wearing welding gear and all kinds of stuff, and it was taking a toll on me. And I figured, well, nursing's pretty easy compared to what I was doing. Although I love people and I love helping people, so nursing seemed like the good thing, and I have a lot of friends in the medical field, so I feel confident about getting a job. And Jessica thought it would, she gave me a couple of options, and I just thought nursing would be something that I would find fulfilling, and I mentor a lot of young men nowadays. I work with guys that get out of prison, and I do a lot of things like that, and work with guys that have addiction problems. And I think nursing kind of falls in a category that maybe I could help somewhere as well.
Were you able to get exposure to our programs through Terex whenever they had their...
Oh yeah, they had a very big meeting. They had people come down, and they pitched the program, and I listened, and said it was good. I didn't think I would need it. And once I got here and I met with a few people, they made a suggestion, and I take suggestions. So I don't know. I think Jessica was very helpful, though, and she's been a good guide. Well, I'd be a nurse, an LPN, in December of 23.
Very good.
It's cool. I don't know. And I've worked in a hospital in the past, doing blue collar work. I was a plumber actually for a hospital in New York City for a long time, and I liked the work environment. It was a very good environment. A lot of good people. Yeah. Just trying to help people. So I have friends that are physicians. I had an offer yesterday from a friend that I go to church with who has a office, and she's a lovely lady, and she said, if you want a full-time job, I will hire you when you get I was like, it was a plastic surgery office. I said, I don't think that's really up my alley. But she goes, we could use you. I was like, okay.
That is fantastic.
Yeah, I have quite a few friends. And I'm not worried about getting a job once I attain this license. And the way things are going, I mean, you have to put in the work, but if you put in the work, you get the results.
Right.
And that's the bottom line. And I feel like I put in a lot of work so far. I actually go to school for 40 hours a week, and I probably study literally another 20 to 30, possibly 40. I know I had a midterm about a month ago, and I was struggling in one area, and the only way you can do it is study. So,
Well, excellent.
but it paid off.
Very
I'm
good.
carrying A's.
Yeah. Well, excellent. Well, the last thing that I have for you is, for those that haven't heard of the workforce program, what would you tell them?
I would say it's great. If you have the opportunity to go to school, take it, and don't look a gift horse in the mouth. And come in and talk to people and find out what direction you might want to go in, or maybe let them know what direction you want to go in, and they'll find something for you. I mean, I was offered a lot of different things and a lot of different avenues, and I had an opportunity to take a lot of different avenues, and I'm excited about the avenue that I'm taking now. It's a great program. That's, to surmise it, I would say it's fantastic.